Hey guys, today we're going to be making Play-Doh, and something that's really fun about this Play-Doh recipe is that you don't have to cook it. You can make it with your microwave and some stuff you have in your pantry. So let's go ahead and get started. In order to make it, you want to get a bowl, you want a measuring cup that you use for wet things, a measuring cup that you use for dry things, and a tablespoon. Next, you want to get salt, you want flour, oil, and cream of tartar. You're also going to want water. Now, you are going to need boiling water. So you can do one of three things. Here, as you can see, I have an electric kettle. This will boil my water for me here. I don't have to go to the stove. I don't have to go to the microwave. So if you have one, just use it at your table. Or you can put water to boil on the stove, or you can use a microwave. Wherever you can boil water will be fine. And then you're going to want to use some watercolor paints if you have them. You don't have to. You can just make your Play-Doh white if you want to. It's totally optional. If you don't have watercolor, feel free to use food coloring. So the first thing you need to do is measure out your flour. That got a little messy, so I went ahead and I did it already. I only used 1 cup of flour because I've already made half of a batch, but if you're at home doing this, you want to use 2 cups of flour. The next thing you want to do is add 1 cup of salt. I'm only going to add a half. So add a cup of salt, and then you're going to want to add a tablespoon. Well, at home you want 2 tablespoons, but I added a tablespoon of cream of tartar, and I already put that in there with the flour. Then I'm just going to take my fork and I'm going to stir it all up. Make sure it's combined really well. Now, you want to make something that's called a well, and all that means is that in the middle of your flour mixture, you want to make space so that you have a hole, so you can basically see the bottom of the bowl. So push all the flour up to the side, up to the side, up to the side, and that's called a well. In there, you want to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of oil. That's going to be the biggest spoon. 2 tablespoons of oil added to the middle. I'm only going to add 1. And if you are adding food coloring or watercolor paint at this time, this is when you want to go ahead and add that to your mixture. However many drops you think until you get the color that you want to get. Now, we're also going to add our boiling water. So I'm going to just turn that on. It's going to boil real quick. If you're doing this at home, boil your water a little bit in advance so we can go ahead and throw it in there. Go ahead and mix this while we're waiting. Oh, there we go. So for that, my water has boiled pretty quick. We're going to add, if you're doing this at home, you're going to add 2 cups of water, but I'm only going to add 1. So I've measured out 1 cup of boiling water. Please, if you're not sure you can do this by yourself, do it with a parent. Have a parent help you. Add your water in there, and then you're just going to stir. Now, the thing about this recipe is you might need to add a little bit more flour. Sometimes I get it right perfectly on the first time, sometimes I don't. But you just want to stir, 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 stir. Because you put the cream of tartar in there, it might be a little goopy. That's okay, it's supposed to do that. So add just a little bit more flour if you need to. There we go, it's coming together. Okay, and then you're just going to mix this until it gets into a ball. Now, I just put boiling hot water in there, so it's definitely too hot to touch. So just mix it until it comes into a ball, and then once you see your ball, you're going to want to put it to the side. You might need to stir it a little bit more because keep in mind, I only used half of what you guys are going to use. So once it gets in a ball, just put it to the side, leave it alone for about 20 minutes. Once your 20 minutes is up, you'll have something that looks like this. This is your Play-Doh. It smells just like Play-Doh. It's fun like Play-Doh. Even after 20 minutes, this is still a little warm, but it is cool enough to play with. You can see it's just like Play-Doh. Now, what you can do, let's play with it here. What you can do is put this in an airtight container and then stick it in your fridge. The longest I've ever had some last was about a month. So if you want to stick it in the fridge, it'll hold up for a month. If you think it feels a little too wet, go ahead and knead it before you add more flour. And then when you're done, you have a ball of Play-Doh. There you go. No Cook Play-Doh. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you later. Bye.